Why is it? And of course, when I say why, or when I ask why, the answer has already been given and foretold. And it isn't for my sake that I ask any question. It is always for your sake, for the sake of you receiving truth, of looking to truth and thinking in truth. Why is it that there is not one God, one single God, one single God, and all the extra supernatural entities that exist with that said God, meaning the demons, the devils, the Satans, the Lucifers, the all those entities that exist with that God of a specific belief system, religion. Why is it that there is not a one that has raised itself above the others and not fallen into the same category of requiring belief because of the truth that all those entities, including a God, has not made their self readily, easily, consistently, constantly, and currently seen and shown. Meaning, there's always the mysterious element, there's always that aspect of all God and religions that you don't see them, that they're not standing there. The God isn't standing there, the God isn't there in the sky speaking to everyone, the God isn't on TV, the God isn't there readily and easily accessible. And it's only by way of either going through a third party, a minister, a preacher, or whatever it is, or by going into a trance, if you will, of deep contemplation and prayer uh, to connect with this God. And the same as the other entities that exist. So when I speak of the devil, even the devil has not risen above that same category of the God. The devil is not making itself readily and easily accessible and shown right there before everyone. They all operate in the same manner of it happened here, a few people saw it, they made themselves seen, in the spookiest and scariest places, in the darkest of and gloomiest of places, in the deep recesses of places, far off somewhere, away from everybody, or it occurred thousands of years ago that they made themselves seen. But in the here and now, within the present era, within contemporary times, if you will, not a single one, not a single God has made himself, herself, itself readily accessible to all people without the need of mystery, without the need of going totally on belief and faith, because it's not there to be seen and known without a shadow of a doubt. Not a single one. The devil comes in the deep of the night, it's hiding somewhere, or it works through people. It takes on the guise of people. It possesses people, but it just is never there. With the power that exists within the gods, with the power that says exists within the demons, the ghouls, all those things that should be just running rampant on this planet and taking over. Excuse me. It's even as held in some religions that the devil has dominion over this planet, and yet he still works basically in the back rooms, works as like a puppeteer. You don't see him, you just see him supposedly moving people. Not a single one out of all that exists has made themselves readily seen and shown, except for truth. Truth is right there in front of you, accessible, visible. The power, the glory, the salvation, everything is right there before you. At all times, in all places. At the highest mountain down to the deepest caves, truth is there. Truth is there for you to speak to seek guidance from, to get knowledge, wisdom, understanding from at all times. It doesn't work in mysterious ways, and in the mysterious ways that truth does operate is not the mystery of truth itself. It is only by way of your ignorance and knowing the truth, and so it is a mystery to you. But truth operates in the manner of truth. All things operate in the manner of truth, and there's only takes a requirement of you finding out the truth of something specific, an object, some situation, for you to know the truth. But outside of that, you know the truth. You know God. God is there. Once again, the only mysterious act of knowing how God works is because of your ignorance. But your ignorance can be overcome by God. Your ignorance of truth can be overcome by finding out the truth, by seeking the truth, by loving the truth with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. There is no God that shows itself visibly, has always shown itself visibly to all people, no matter where they are, without the need of someone coming to tell them that God is there and exists. Then truth. Understand what I'm telling you. There's no need for missionaries to tell you that God exists, that this God exists. You know it exists. You see it. It only takes your realization that is God that you see. You have this God within your life for the most part. You apply this God to your life for the most part. Then other parts, you don't. Other parts, you let the superstition, you let the people who have come to tell you of a false God overtake